Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator tables video. My name is John. I'll be taking you through the charts this Thursday the 8th of December. Here you can see we have the live currency strength indicator tables in front of us. We have two types of tables. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are highlighting the same studies but just on different time frames. So the trend traders is our higher time frame and the day traders is our lower time frame. You can see here some of the currencies are highlighted in green. That is showing that there is a confluence between those two time frames for those particular currencies. The tables auto update every 15 minutes 24/7, so wherever you are in the world and you have access to these tables, you can get the latest update. So what are the tables showing us today? Well, the trend traders continues to show us that the New Zealand dollar is the strongest currency with S1. That is then followed by the pound at S2, followed by the Japanese yen at S3. On the weak side of the table, we have the Canadian dollar as W1, topping the table. The US dollar is the second weakest currency, and then we have the Australian dollar as the third weakest currency. On the day trader side of things, we have the Kiwi topping that table as well at S1. We then have the euro as S2, followed by the US dollar as S3. We then have the Canadian dollar as the top in the weak side of the table on both tables at W1 on the day traders as well, followed by the Australian dollar at W2, followed by the Japanese yen at W3. Now you can see here the yen and the dollar both appear on both tables, but they're not highlighted in green. That means there is no confluence between the two pairs or two currencies as they are on opposite sides of the table. So I'm actually going to take a look at Aussie Kiwi. Now this isn't a chart that you may look at too often because you may feel that Aussie and Kiwi are very familiar currencies to each other. They tend to follow each other against most pairs quite often. So to trade them against each other isn't something that a lot of experienced traders will necessarily do. However, that being said, there can be some really good trends developing on Aussie Kiwi, and I'm going to show you that right now. So if I just jump into the Aussie Kiwi chart, you can see this is the daily time frame I've got open right now, and you can see this lovely trend that developed, that started all the way back in the September of 2022. And you can see from that high around about the end of September, and since then price has really done well to create these lower highs and lower lows to the downside, working within this bearish channel here. So a lovely trend. So if you were monitoring that pair when it came onto the tables, which was the 24th of October, you would have been in a really nice trend opportunity through here, because since then, once price reached the top of the bearish channel and rejected, price has moved over 640 pips to the downside. So again, another great use of the tables, showing us that we could have caught this massive move here on Aussie Kiwi to the downside. However, what I'm going to point out is the trend at the end, or are we going to see it continue to the downside? So I'm actually just going to pop up to the monthly time frame first and just squeeze this in here, and you can actually see price is approaching a real strong level of interest, which is this trend line support through here. You can see we had that form back in November 2019, and you can see we've had a couple of tests on that trend line. Now we're coming into another test. So are we going to see price rebound from this trend line essentially and move to the upside, or are we going to see price break through it and remain in sort of this overall range that you can see above it? So if I actually just zoom out slightly, you'll be able to see that price is in a range between the 1.1450 handle and the 1.0050 handle, and we've pretty much been in that since 2014. So real big range here. What we're looking for is if price trades through this trend line support and continues to follow the path of the tables, could we see a continuation to the downside and a continuation back down to the swing lows? May even come up a little bit higher. but still price could be coming all the way back down to this level if it's going to find the bottom of the range. So if that's the case, then we could anticipate some further pullback, some further continuation moves. Now on the weekly, you can see that I put this bullish channel within the sort of trend that we're seeing in the market and within that range that we're seeing in the market. So again, just to highlight how the market could potentially move, we have this really nice upward bullish channel that price followed. If I actually go to the daily and zoom out, you can see another developing bullish trend through there. So again, just to highlight that Aussie Kiwi is definitely a market that can trend within the overall bigger picture range, and that's something you can take advantage of. If you feel like you can't take advantage of it, then this is a sort of proving that you can if you were to look at the tables. So looking at what's the situation now on the daily time frame, I think the daily gives us a good picture of what could happen next, because we're close to the area of support, which is the 1.050 handle. We also have the trend line support running through there, and we also have the bearish channel low, all within a similar proximity to each other, which could lead to price pushing back to the upside and working within the bearish channel here. Alternatively, it could even trade up to the 1.0750 handle, because that is an area where price consolidated before pressing to the downside and breaking lower again. So definitely something to be aware of there. But just zoom in a second, we can see in a little bit more detail that consolidation, which lasted a few days before breaking to the downside. That could be retested again for another move. So as a trend trader, that area here would be something I would be eyeing up, that 1.0750 handle. As a day trader, if I was to go down to the lower time frames, what I'd be looking for is some kind of continuation on a breakout move. And you can see here we do technically have some kind of consolidation running through there, and if price was to maybe trade to the downside of that consolidation, we may be able to trade lower. However, I do think this market is more suited to the swing trading environment, and I would be more tempted to wait for the 1.0750 to be tested, or even the trend line resistance to be tested, before looking for any kind of opportunities now on this move lower. So I hope that made sense. The other chart that still kind of tops the tables at the moment is KiwiCAD. I feel like we mention KiwiCAD every day at the moment, but it's definitely something just to keep your eye on, because CAD is starting to show a little bit of strength coming into the market. So we need to be a little bit aware of that now. You can see on this 4-hour time frame, it just looks like this trend isn't going to end at the moment. We've got this nice bullish channel. We're seeing the price continue to the upside. 4 hours still making higher lows. So there's nothing here just yet to suggest that KiwiCAD is at the point where it can't come back to the downside, but we do still need to be aware that this trend has gone on for a long time. If I go to the lower time frame, so if we were a day trader, I did mark out this zone here and I expected a breakout to the upside, but that hasn't happened. Instead, price has fallen. So from a day trading point of view now, I probably will sit on my hands before looking for any kind of opportunity on KiwiCAD. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, if you do have access to the tables, they auto update every 15 minutes 24/7, so you can get access at any point. Thank you for watching the video, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.